Coverdale Bible, the Gospel of St. John. Summary to Chapter 11. Christ raiseth Lazarus from death. The high priests and the Pharisees gather a council, and cast their heads together against him. Therefore he getteth him out of the way. The 11th chapter. There lay one sick, named Lazarus of Bethania, in the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment, and dried his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus lay sick. Then sent his sisters unto him, and said, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest lieth sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, This sickness is not unto death, but for the praise of God, that the Son of God may be praised therethrough. Jesus loved Martha and her sister, and Lazarus. Now when he heard that he was sick, he abode 2 days in the place where he was. Afterward said he unto his disciples, Let us go again into Jewry. His disciples said unto him, Master, lately would the Jews have stoned thee, and wilt thou go thither again? Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? He that walketh in the day stumbleth not, for he seeth the light of this world. But he that walketh in the night stumbleth, for there is no light in him. This he spake, and afterward said he unto them, Lazarus our friend sleepeth, but I go to wake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well enough. Howbeit Jesus spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of the bodily sleep. Then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, that ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto the disciples, Let us go also, that we may die with him. Then came Jesus, and found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. Bethania was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs, and many of the Jews were come to Martha and Mary, to comfort them over their brother. Now when Martha heard that Jesus came, she went to meet him, but Mary sat still at home. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not been dead. But nevertheless I know also, whatsoever thou askest of God, that God will give it thee. Jesus said unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth on me shall live, though he were dead already. And whosoever liveth and believeth on me shall never die. Believest thou this? She said unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art Christ, the Son of God, which should come into the world. And when she had said this, she went her way, and called Mary her sister secretly, and said, The Master is come, and calleth for thee. She, when she heard that, rose up quickly, and came unto him. For Jesus was not yet come into the town, but was yet in the place where Martha met him. The Jews that were with her in the house and comforted her, when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily, and went out, they followed her, and said, She goeth to the grave to weep there. Now when Mary came where Jesus was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, and said unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not been dead. When Jesus saw her weep, and the Jews weeping also that came with her, he groaned in the spirit, and was sorry within himself, and said, Where have ye laid him? They said, Lord, come and see it. And Jesus wept. Then said the Jews, Behold how he loved him. But some of them said, Could not he which opened the eyes of the blind have made also that this man should not have died? But Jesus groaned again in himself, and came to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone laid on it. Jesus said, Take away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, he stinketh already, for he hath been dead 4 days. Jesus said unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou didst believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God? Then took they away the stone, where the dead lay. Jesus lifted up his eyes, and said, Father, I thank thee, that thou hast heard me. Howbeit I know that thou hearest me alway. But because of the people that stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. When he had said this, he cried loud, Lazarus, come forth. And the dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face bound with a napkin. Jesus said unto them, Loose him, and let him go. Many now of the Jews which were come unto Mary, and saw what Jesus did, believed on him. But some of them went their way unto the Pharisees, and told them what Jesus had done. Then the high priests and the Pharisees gathered a council, and said, What do we? This man doth many tokens. If we let him go thus, all men will believe in him. Then shall the Romans come, and take away our land and people. But one of them, named Caiaphas, which was high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing, neither consider ye anything at all. It is better for us that one man die for the people, than that all the people should perish. This spake he not of himself, but for so much as he was high priest of the same year, he prophesied. For Jesus was for to die for the people, and not for the people only, but that he should gather together the children of God, which were scattered abroad. From that day forth they took counsel, how they might put him to death. Jesus walked no more openly among the Jews, but went from thence into a country by the wilderness, to a city called Ephraim, and there had he his being with his disciples. The Jews' Easter was nigh at hand, and there went up many to Jerusalem out of that country before the Easter, to purify themselves. Then stood they up, and asked after Jesus, and spake among themselves in the temple, What think ye, that he cometh not to the feast? The high priests and Pharisees had given a commandment, that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that they might take him.